In this video, I'll be going over a beginner's Skeletal Wyverns money-making guide that's semi-AFK and where you can produce about 200 to 700k per hour. Recently, a viewer asked me what was the lowest level I would recommend for fighting Skeletal Wyverns. And to be honest, I didn't really know because my combat stats have been maxed out at about 99 for years now. But it made me realize that some of the people watching my videos might actually be new to old school RuneScape. So a video of me wearing a setup that costs 200 million gold might not be very useful for them. So here I am with another video about Skeletal Wyverns. This time for beginners, meaning players at around level 80 and with a setup that costs less than 2 million gold. Most of these items are probably something they already have at that point anyway, like the Abyssal Whip. So before we get started, bear in mind that you need to have a Slayer level of at least 72 in order to kill Skeletal Wyverns, which are located in the Ice Dungeon near Port Sarim. Let's get started by talking about your armor and weapon setup. Make sure you bring either the Elemental Shield, the Mind Shield, the Dragonfire Shield, or better. Do not bring an Anti-Fire Dragon Shield, as this will not work and you will end up dying in about 5 seconds fighting the Wyverns. Now, I initially began this section by being quite specific about what you should bring, but this ended up actually being quite difficult as I found myself talking about the myriad of different things that you could end up wearing here. So in short, I recommend that you bring the best melee armor and weapon that you have, and definitely not a two-handed weapon. But if you're completely new to Skeletal Wyverns, I recommend bringing a safe setup, meaning bringing weapons and armor that you don't mind losing. As you become more comfortable with fighting these Skeletal Wyverns, go ahead and start bringing your more advanced gear. Be prepared to use either Crush or Slash attacks, whichever offers higher bonuses for your weapon. This is because the Wyverns are weakest against Crush and Slash attacks. You'll see here that I'm wearing full rune, a glory amulet, and combat gloves, as well as a warrior's ring and an abyssal whip. By the time you have 72 Slayer and can fight these Wyverns, you should have an understanding of what would constitute better gear than this. Now let's talk about the inventory. On the top left here are quick teleports for Varrock. You can buy them at the Grand Exchange, and I recommend you keep them in the top left for easy access in case you run into an emergency. Next is a combat potion. This will increase your stats and make killing Wyverns easier. Next after that is going to be a Ring of Dueling. This will allow you to teleport to the Ferox Enclave to use the pools and heal your health. And lastly is a Draman Staff, which will help you to teleport quickly to the Ice Dungeon near Port Sarim. Lastly, I recommend you bring something like Monkfish, Summer Pies, or a combination of the two. To get to the Wyverns, you need to go down into the Ice Dungeon, which is near Port Sarim. You can get here from Falador. However, the easiest way is to use the teleport by the fairy ring from Varrock, as seen here. You want to teleport to Mudskipper Point using AIQ and make sure you have your Draman Staff equipped. The Skeletal Wyverns are actually pretty strong, so you'll need to pay attention to the first couple kills to get an idea of how prepared you are for them. At full health, you should be able to AFK for about a minute or two, maybe 3 at most. The Wyverns have an ability to freeze you in place, meaning you won't be able to attack or move, and this lasts for a few seconds. You can, however, eat and teleport while frozen, so it's advised that you heal during this time. You should also drink the combat potion to deal more damage, and consider using prayers like Superhuman Strength or Piety to increase your kill count per trip. The best drops are going to be dragon items such as the dragon legs or skirts, followed by battle staves and ranner seeds. These will net you around 100k per drop. These guys drop rune items quite frequently, which will be useful. Their bones are also about 4k each, so I recommend picking those up if you're new as well. I actually recommend bringing Summer Pies as they heal more than Monkfish and are pretty affordable. The longer you can stay here per trip, the better. So here's my loot tab from one trip, and here's my loot tab from multiple trips. Overall, I was able to stay here for about an hour and make this video at the same time. These monsters are definitely AFKable, even if your combat stats aren't maxed, and you aren't wearing the best gear. And of course, they're a good source of money. Probably not the best, but still pretty good. I hope this video serves as a good reference point for beginners. From here, you should try to use better armor and weapons than me, and find your own way of making this as efficient and AFK as possible. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to send me a like and subscribe to my channel.